and welcome everyone to episode 2 of Project Tech Gaming Podcast, where we talk about topics in the gaming/tech industry every Thursdays. I'm your host for the week, Kelvin, and joining me every week is co-host Robert Garcia. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing okay, man. Just excited for another episode of Project Tech Gaming.
Our second episode. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it's weird that this was just a kind of like a pipe dream, and now we're actually getting our feet wet and getting it done. So that's super exciting.
So, a couple things. One, you sound pretty good.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Why do you sound pretty good, though?
We just kind of overhauled our whole like microphone setup.
Yep.
So yeah, it was.
So compared to the first episode, I feel like this episode is gonna sound amazing. Like we sound like you sound great. You know what I mean? And we upgraded our headphones, our mic. So that was definitely something that we had to do.
In case you guys are wondering what kind of mic it is the Rode Podcaster mic. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, this guy right here. Hold up, find it.
Oh, Kelvin's showing the box here. There
Boom.
We go. Pod mic.
Yeah, it's really good. It's for like $100, right? So it's really not that bad if you want to get into something like this. But yeah, so I'm excited for this, especially having our voices enhanced a little bit better now. But yeah, so we have a lot to talk about. We are recording right now on Sunday, but we'll try to get back to our Thursday routine. This was just kind of like life kind of hitting us right now, so we're kind of a little bit off track a little bit, but we'll get started. For the topics for today, let me pull this up real quick here. We have a couple things. We have the Resident Evil showcase that happened a couple days ago. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Hitman 3 reviews, and just kind of like our insight on that and what we think about Hitman in general. Topic number 3 is going to be Razer's gaming chair and face mask. We'll get into that in a little bit. Topic number 4, Pokemon cards sell for $400,000. Jesus Christ. And then topic number 5, Xbox Live pricing. So we'll get into all of that. In the meantime, we'll start with the first topic, or not topic per se, but like play of the week, right? So Rob, I think it's your turn to kind of get into the play of the week. So you've been playing What Remains of Edith Finch, is that correct?
Yep, the name of the game is What Remains of Edith Finch.
Edith.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And just to review the play of the week, it's basically every week we try a different game, just any game that we've never tried before.
Right.
And we don't look at reviews, nothing like that. We kind of go into it blind, and we give our impressions about that game that we played.
Yep.
So I tried out What Remains of Edith Finch. This game is currently on the Xbox Game Pass. It's free on there, so if you have that, it's there to play, and I highly recommend it. So I'll start off with what kind of game it is. It's an action adventure game.
Okay.
And you play as this girl who is returning to her family's estate on an island.
Third or first person?
This is a first-person game. Okay. As far as like the graphics go, the kind of art style, it's more of like a cartoony-ish feel to it. If you ever played Gone Home, it's very similar to that game.
Okay.
Have you ever played Gone Home?
I've seen some of it. It's like a couple hour game. It's like 3 hours of
the game's super
short.
short. It's like 2 to 4 hours. You could get it done in like a night if you wanted to.
Right.
But basically, this game isn't like an action like super high pace. It's almost like a story. You're reading almost like you're reading a book.
Okay.
But you're playing through that book.
Okay.
There's only like 2 controls in the game. You move.
Okay.
And the right trigger, if you're on controller, is the I would imagine it's right click, keyboard and mouse, is the action button. So this is what you use to turn doors, to turn keys, to just interact with the environment. Super simple game. So right off the jump, I appreciated that.
All right.
It's not like, when you boot up a game, it's like, you got to learn all these different controls, and what does this do? What does this do? What does this do?
Yeah, it's very simplistic in that sense.
So that's how you...
So what's the goal in that game? Like, what are you doing? What are you like kind of pursuing in that game?
So basically, this girl gets on the island where her her family estate is. I guess she left for whatever reasons. You don't really know why she leaves in the first place.
Okay.
But basically, it's a very odd shaped house. It's very hard to explain. It's just a very odd shaped house. It's very tall, and there's like a bunch of different crazy rooms. And all of her ancestors, all of her family have lived in that house.
Okay.
The crazy thing about that game is that every ancestor's or family member's room or who has lived in that house is preserved exactly how they left it. So there's a family member, just an example, there's a family member that lived in the house in the 1800s.
Okay.
And they preserved that room exactly the way it was.
Interesting. Okay.
So, and then they add memorials to those rooms. Like in the front of the door of each room, there's like a little plaque of like the person's name, the family's name, and how long they lived for.
All right. That's pretty cool.
And you're basically uncovering the mystery of what happened to your family members, basically. Like, and whenever you enter one of their rooms, you basically get a vision of how they died.
Oh shit. Okay.
So you literally jump into their shoes of the moment of their death.
Okay.
And Edith is just trying to uncover all of her families.
Why?
Yeah, why did they all die in this manner or this way? And that's essentially all the game is. It's just walking around this kooky like house is weird. It's weird. The game feels creepy, but it's not a scary game. It's not meant to be a scary game. It's just very unsettling.
All right.
So
this is a few hours, right? Like, you beat it, right?
I haven't beat it yet. I would imagine I'm probably halfway through the game.
Okay. And how long have you already put into it?
Hour and a half to 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I know about that game, besides what you just told me, is how short it is, and it's appreciated because of how short it is, because it's kind of like a vertical slice of just a game that you enjoy playing. So it's nice in that sense, where you can just kind of pick it up, play for a few hours, and you're done with it, you know. But it sounds like the story is actually pretty interesting in that aspect. That kind of intrigued me a little bit. I kind of want to try it out because it has that element of like, what happened, you know, like the mystery portion of it is like, how did she die? How did my ancestor pass away? Or like, you know, so that's kind of cool in that aspect. So do you get to know more about your character, like as you play, or is it's just more so about her ancestors?
So I don't want to say any spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in case you do want to play I'm trying to be as vague as possible with like, I don't want to actually say what happens during the time.
For the play of the weeks, everyone, this is not going to go into any spoiler territory at all, just FYI. So every play of the week that we do, we'll keep it as vague as possible. So
yeah,
continue.
we want you to play the game. Like, for example, like I'm playing this game right now. I like it a lot, and I would definitely recommend it to play. Kelvin, I think you should play this game.
Yeah.
You know.
All right.
So,
I'll try it out. That sounds cool. So you're almost done, you think? Maybe.
I think I'm about halfway done. About this game, I'll probably finish it up in, maybe another night or two. You know.
Okay.
So again, that's what I appreciate about this game is that it's super short and sweet. That's the best way to put it. Short and sweet.
Sweet. All right. Speaking of short and sweet, we're kind of going into topic number 1, Resident Evil news from the showcase that they just showed. So this is kind of my play of the week too. I know it's kind of, we do it one, like, you know, a person a week, but I kind of played the Resident Evil Village demo because it's an exclusive for PS5. So obviously I have the PS5, so I was able to try it out.
It's a humble brag right there.
It's a little humble, you know, just kind of throwing it out there. A little jab to the throat there, you know. So this demo was called the Madame, or is it Maiden? The Maiden?
Maiden.
It's Maiden. Oh, okay. It's Maiden. Sorry. It's the Maiden demo, right? And it was very short. 25 minutes, maybe less than that.
Yeah, 20 minutes if you complete it, if you're quick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did watch the actual demo though, right?
I watched a complete game through the whole demo. Obviously, I don't have a PS5, so I couldn't play it. So I just watched someone basically watch them play the demo, and get
Yep.
the whole thing. And yeah, obviously
So
Mhm.
for a little backstory, I never played Resident Evil 7. So that new gameplay style for Resident Evil I have not tried. I do have it downloaded and I actually started it. Like I literally hit start game and then I left. But I will start that and play that, especially after playing this game, this demo. It got me more excited. So the whole showcase in itself got me really excited for Resident Evil Village. So when I played the demo, it was, I was going in there like not knowing anything about Resident Evil lore. Like the lore of it is kind of all over the place for me. I kind of know some people here and there, but overall, I just play Resident Evil games just to play them and enjoy like the scenery and the jump scares and all that stuff, right? So starting the demo, I immediately saw how amazing it looked with the graphics on my TV on the PS5 with HDR on. It looks beautiful, right? Every detail that you see is just kind of like in your face, very colorful, very just everything stands out, right? So I'm playing the demo and it has this dark gothic-y feel. I don't see this game giving you those jump scares like the previous Resident Evil games gave you. It's more of like this dreadful fear, right?
Creepy.
Almost kind of like
it's creepy. Like
it's a
someone's
creepy
watching
feel.
You.
Right. Exactly. It's a creepy feel and that I dig that. Like I like the jump scare stuff like Dead Space used to do, but I like the atmosphere that this one's going for, right? So playing through the demo, I thought everything was great. It still has that same Resident Evil feel when you pick up like items, for example, right? You have like it shows like the item that you have, and you can kind of move it around, put it in your little pocket, and then use it for something else if you needed to later, right? There's a lot of that where you kind of have to go backtracking, right? When you saw like you had to pick up the lockpick somewhere, you had to find the lockpick, and then you had to go back into that door to try to open yourself out of the jail cell that you were in.
Yep.
So there's a lot of that, which is cool. It just felt good. There was not too much to like really explain because it was like 20 minutes worth of your time.
Well, let's backtrack here.
Yeah.
With the demo, basically what you had to do for the demo as a player is you were locked in a jail cell and you just had to get out. That was it. Like get out of you're in a castle, and they
Right.
locked you into the jail cell inside the castle. And
Right. So you
to,
escape, but that's like the first 5 minutes. You escape,
Yeah.
and then you get into the actual mansion itself, right? And it's not specified what exactly you're doing, but from what I read, the story itself, you're trying to find your daughter, and she's in this castle somewhere. That's as much information I know. I don't know anything else.
Are you that like the demo itself? Are you just a separate person from the main character?
No, I think
You're just like
you're the main character of the game when you actually play, boot up the game.
Oh, like in this demo, you're not the main character.
No, you are the main character.
So you are the main character in this demo.
You are the main character in this demo.
Okay.
As far as I know, nothing that I know says otherwise. So
Interesting.
now what I don't know is if this is gonna be in the actual game or if this is just kind of like a vertical slice of what you're gonna be
Yeah,
experiencing.
is it just a showcase for what's
Right.
what's gonna come to be?
I
That's
don't
what I'm
know,
thinking.
and if there is information out there that we don't know, like let us know. But from what I played, you are the main character of the game, and you're going into this mansion once you get out of the jail cell, and I guess you're trying to fucking leave or trying to find your daughter still in that aspect. But obviously you get to meet, I forget her name, the tall lady. She's like the main like villain in the game, which is she's pretty dope looking actually. She's like Madame something. So you get to experience, you get to see her in the demo, and then you get to see one of her daughters. So I think she has like 3 daughters, and one of them is kind of like wreaking havoc, and like as you're walking through the halls, like she kind of like tries to confront you and all this stuff. I don't want to go into too much detail about it, but it definitely pulled me in. Like playing that demo, I was like, yeah, I'm sold. Especially again that creepy feel that it has. Like I want to know more. I want to play more, and it just felt like a Resident Evil game, even though it changes like it's a first
Perspective,
person.
yeah, it's not-
you
it's
know, it
not-
changes
yeah.
completely its perspective. It's not about zombies anymore. It's more about this dark, gothic, like demon. You know, like it just has like different aspects compared
There's
to
actual
the previous
monsters,
games.
like
Right,
classic monsters that we know, like
right,
vampires, and there are zombies, I'm assuming, and
yeah,
ghosts and werewolves and stuff like that. So that's
right.
it's interesting that they took that turn with that. It's a
Well,
hundred.
they did that on the previous one, Resident Evil 7. Again, we never played it, but it just goes to show you that Capcom is ready to like make this game change, and they're not afraid to change it because I'm pretty sure they're just confident in what they have. You know,
Plus, zombies are overrated now.
I'm so done with
No, I don't
zombies,
want to
dude.
say it's overrated. It's just overdone.
It's just overdone,
Yeah.
oversaturated. There's too many
Yeah.
zombie games. Like, I'm glad they're going into this perspective.
Yeah, like if for example, a zombie walked through my front door, and I'd be like, oh, all right,
Like,
well,
I know
I know
how
what to
kill
do.
you,
Yeah,
so
like,
I'm good.
Like again, a zombie. Yeah, but no, I
Yeah.
appreciate that they're going in that direction.
Yeah.
With the lore. So, yeah,
They did a good job. I enjoyed it. Again, it was like 20 minutes or so. And yeah, there's not much to say. You just kind of like play that. You're like, all right, yep, I'm ready for more when it comes out. So I'm gonna go into some of the highlights from the showcase real quick. So what was actually shown in the actual showcase? They showed a little bit of the gameplay trailer for the game, right? The release date. They announced the release date, which is May 7th of this year, and it's going to be released globally. So that's dope. They have a pre-order bonus, so in-game items, which is like a Mr. Raccoon weapon charm, and survival resources packs for all the editions, all the consoles. The digital version gives you the original soundtrack, which is cool if you're into that. But they also announced 4 different additions to the game. So they have the standard, just a copy of the disc, the deluxe collector's edition, which is for consoles only, and the complete bundle, which includes Resident Evil 7. So that would be kind of our like that. I'd be interested in getting the 7 one, even though you can still get the PS, like go on to PS5 and just download RE7. But if you wanted that version, you can get that. They didn't
RE7
announce
is
any
free
price.
on Game Pass right now, by the way.
Game Pass and on PS5. So yeah, there's ways to get that game. So the RE Village demo, which we just talked about, is exclusive on PS5. And I guess there's gonna be either another trailer, another demo, or the same demo that's gonna be releasing on other consoles later down in spring. And then they also announced, which was weird, they announced a Resident Evil Verse multiplayer, which is like a third-person shooter, like play for free when purchasing like the Village game, like when you actually buy the game. But it's like a 4 to 6 player like team deathmatch game, and it looks like kind of tacked on. I don't know. I wasn't really hyped about that.
Yeah, again, if they're just tacking it on, it's like, all right, sure, if it comes with the game, why not? But the main draw is obviously the main story and the single player experience.
But why waste your resources on that? Like, if you're not gonna really go hard about it, like, why put it in?
They might have
Just
a
as-
dedicated team to it to just like maybe like throwing shit until it sticks or something like that. You know, trying it out and see if it picks up. You know.
Yeah. It just, from what I saw, nothing spectacular. I didn't really gravitate towards it. But there's a beta that's coming out, closed beta. So if you're interested in that, you can check it out and go into ResidentEvil.com and sign up if you wanted to. So,
I'm excited for this game, and I will go ahead and tell you guys that I am the biggest baby when it comes to scary games. I hate playing scary games. When it comes to scary movies, I'm okay, fine. I can watch any scary movie all day. Come to scary games, or I'm actually playing the game. I'm such a fucking bitch when it comes to that shit. Like,
it's sad, honestly, because there's so many good.
I have
so
forced
many good
myself to
games that you're
play
missing out.
some scary games before. For
Dead
example,
Space is one of them.
I'm gonna do this one. That's how bad this game. I want to play this game. How bad I want to play this game, basically. Like, it's so good that I'm like, fuck it, I'll be miserable just to play this game.
Again, my playthrough with it, it's not a lot of jump scares.
No.
It's just the dark and creepiness of it that gets you, you know?
Which
So
makes it
I think
worse.
you'll be okay. I don't know. I think you're more scared about the jump scare factor of it, right?
I don't know. I'm not a big like you know, like the Call of Duty thing where like they were doing
That was
in Modern
that
Warfare,
was
or
annoying.
the loot
Yeah,
boxes, and they would scream.
I
and
didn't
do
like
jump
that
scare.
shit.
That didn't bother
I don't
me
think
that much,
any.
though.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't like the feeling of someone like watching me. I hate that feeling. It's awful.
So wait, you enjoyed, or you were okay with the jump scares in Call of Duty?
I wasn't as scared as I would be.
It was
Like,
just annoying. It was
for-
really, it was obnoxious as fuck. You're like trying to, like, especially if you're like close to winning and you're just trying to get your shit. All of a sudden, something just fucking scares the shit out of you.
Here's the
for no
difference
reason.
between a jump scare and like an unsettling feeling, right? Is when you get a jump scare, you get scared. It's done. It's over. Like the scare happened.
No,
You're done with
it's
it.
not done. Your heart's racing. You're like, fuck, why the fuck did that happen? Like, there's still a lot of emotions that go into that.
Yeah, but then if you have someone just like that scare never happens. Like you just have someone watching you, and you know they're watching you, but you don't know where they are. And you hear like noises in the background. That messes with your brain.
That fucks you up. Dead Space was great for that. I love that.
Yeah, I love that space. 1 and 2, 3 can.
3 can suck it.
Yeah, 3
1 and 2 were the best. Yeah. If they remade that game, or even if they need to bring that back, they need to bring Dead Space back in some shape or form. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for Resident Evil, and like I said, I will be trying Resident Evil 7. I have it booted up on my PS5, so I will be trying that out soon. You should try it out too, Rob.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna stream it for you guys at one point, so you can see how much of a baby I am when it comes to these games. So,
yeah, I'd watch that for sure. All right, topic number 2, Hitman 3 reviews. So they came out with Hitman 3, which me and you were not really Hitman fanatics, right?
No, never really got into it.
Something about it that I never really got into, but apparently it's been doing pretty good. IGN gave it a 9. Metacritic score is right now at an 8.3. And GameSpot gave it a 9 as well. So it's doing pretty good. For GameSpot though, it has a more excellent level design in a series known for excellent design. Bringing the overall story to the forefront makes your actions and missions feel like they matter, and improvements and unlocks funnel downs to past games levels to make them worth revisiting, which is cool. And then the bad thing for them is just like the multiplayer aspect of it. So yeah, so this is pretty cool. I mean, watching some of the gameplay for Hitman 3, it kind of got me a little bit excited. I think what got me more excited now than ever before about Hitman is the fact that I'm missing that espionage like fix. Because as we know, Metal Gear Solid is rest in peace, right? It's gone. It's done.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's gonna be a remake coming.
Oh, I would. I'm all over
be a remake coming.
I'm all over it. But as of right now, we haven't had that fix. Splinter Cell, we don't know what the fuck they're doing with Sam Fisher, right? So I need there's something missing, and I think Hitman kind of scratches that itch, right? Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I have never really been interested in that series, and I don't know why, because I do like those espionage style games, but
sure.
I don't know if it's just because of the main character. I can't get behind him. Like I don't really. He just looks like a dude.
He's just like there's no
Agent
backstory
47,
to
I
him,
think
right?
his name is, or something. I know there's different agents. Like they all look the same, and there's like they have different.
But they're
numbers.
not the same person.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. So that's why I can't I'm like, oh, I'm not. You can't get attached to the main character, basically.
Yep.
So
yeah, so that's my take on it. I think from what I've seen, the reviews look good and everyone is enjoying the game. It has this third person kind of stealth feel to it, right? Which is all Hitman games. But I think that's what's gravitating me to kind of wanting to play it. You don't need to play Hitman 1 and 2 to understand what Hitman 3 is all about, which is good. So you can just kind of pick it up and play.
Yeah, you're
and it just has this cool, like, kind of cool thing to it. I don't know what it is, but it's grabbing my attention for some reason. And again, I think it's due to the fact that I haven't played a stealth game in a long time, since like Metal Gear Solid 5 probably. But yeah, it looks cool. I want to try it. I'm not sure if I will try it. Resident Evil 7 kind of tops that right now for me. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna pass on it because I've just never been that interested in the series. Like, again, you're Hitman, go out there and kill people.
So So that's
it.
my thing. What's the format? So you're in these. They drop you in these levels, and you're just assassinating people. You're just fucking killing
I
people.
would imagine it's that simple. I mean, the name is
And then,
Hitman, and that's what hitmen do. So,
but are
people.
you trying to just eliminate everyone on the map, or are you trying to do that and trying to get like the best time you can? Like what, you know what I mean? Like that's my thing. Because if it's something like, okay, kill all these people in like a minute, I'm out. I don't like games that time me at all. So that right there doesn't.
I mean, I think there's definitely like some kind of scoring system. So yeah, there's probably like a trophy or something, or that's like an achievement.
So Devil May Cry, for example, right? You're probably like one of the biggest fans I know about it. That game is great. Like I love it, and I think mostly because of you. Like you kind of got me into it. But the system that it has of like scoring you at the end of each level, I hate it. I wish they got rid of it. I don't think it's necessary. It's just like,
Well,
I
that's
don't
the
know.
game because the game's a flash game and it's
I
combos.
get it.
Like it's just like a fighting game. Like
It's
you
a
do
combo heavy
combos.
game, and the more combos you do, the better. Like it has a ranking system regardless, right? It never got me. Like it's just one of those things that kind of throws me off, and I'm just like, I'm more worried about my score than the actual enjoyment of the game. Like things that's what kind of gets me, you know. So if Hitman has anything like that, like it won't deter me away from playing the game, but it definitely will feel like I'm not trying to beat anybody's score or anything like that, you know.
Yeah. Again, gonna be a pass for me.
Yeah,
But from what GameSpot says, got a 9. So if you like Hitman
it
style
seems
games,
good.
go for it.
Yeah. All right. Topic number 3. So Razer's gaming chair and face mask. This is pretty interesting. Let's see here. So I guess they announced a couple things at the Consumers Electronics Show. So that's the CES, and they have this new face mask that they're showing off. I think it's not really something that they're making to fruition. I think it's just more
It's
of
like a prototype
a
kind of thing.
prototype, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But basically, this is pretty rad. Like it has RGB lighting, right? And it's an actual N95 mask, right? And it's gonna protect you from, obviously pandemic shit like COVID, right? And it just has like this cool gimmicky thing to it. So I'm gonna read some of the stuff here that article here from Gizmodo.com, and it says, let's see if I can find it. So it says Razer says the bacterial filtration efficiency smart pods on either side of the mask can remove at least 95% of airborne particles while also being easy to replace when needed. The transparent plastic section also comes with built-in lighting that automatically turns on at night so people can see your face. Like, why? Like, it's dope.
It's a cool concept. It's unnecessary. Let's get that out of the way.
Unnecessary.
It's so
Yeah.
unnecessary, but it's cool. I mean,
Talking about unnecessary, look, it has a voice amp tech, which uses mics and amps to make sure your voice isn't muffled and sounds crisp and clear to those around you.
and it also has a shroud where like you can actually see someone. You can see someone's
You
mouth.
can see their
Yeah,
face. Yeah.
yeah. So first thing, if this thing ever came out, ever, which it won't, but how much do you think it would be? It's a Razer product at that. So
It's a Razer product. It's a mask. It's an N95 mask. So they can't go that hard, right? They can't price this at like $500.
hey
right?
man, it has RGB lighting. It's gonna be anything that has RGB in it is gonna automatically spike the price up so many monies. Like just because it has RBG. Oh man, RGB. Sorry.
I don't know, man. I would probably price this at like 200 at most. I don't know.
I'm gonna go 200 to 300.
Yeah,
I would say 300. $300 for this mask.
I just can't, like, don't get me wrong. If they came out with this in real life, would I be interested? A little bit. I would kind of want it, but I'm not gonna buy it for sure. It's just one of those
You'd
things
have
where,
to probably charge your mask.
you might have to. You might have to charge it. Like, how other way are you gonna have that RGB?
And the voice amplification thing.
The voice amplification. It's cool. You know what I mean? But again, this is just unnecessary. Unnecessary. Now they also have something about the gaming chair, which I don't see much about here. Do you have any information on that, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, it's just basically like think of and Grandma. I don't know if you watched the movie Grandma's Boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember
And
that show.
the
Or
one
that movie.
the one boss of the company, he's like in that like giant chair with like the screens and the chair
Yeah.
rotates and like basically it's just like a gaming chair of like the racing mechanic, like a racing chair all in one.
Yeah.
It's,
I see the picture now. Okay.
Yeah. It has, how many screens does it have? 3 or is it 2?
It looks like one full screen, but
It's
it
one
wraps
giant screen.
but it wraps around the chair.
Oh yes, it is one. It's a curved like It almost looks like transparent, the screen.
Right.
So
It reminds you like a cockpit. So I have here a little piece. It says the centerpiece of it's called Project Brooklyn is a massive 60-inch rollable OLED display that is positioned so that it wraps around a user's head like a cockpit, delivering a full 180-degree panoramic view. It looks pretty dope. Again, unnecessary, but it's probably gonna be if it's a concept art right now, but they're looking at 87,000, which is
yeah, no, thank you.
that's
Yeah.
not
It's just not feasible
that's
for
wild.
most gamers. But
That's wild.
it's cool thinking like that, like they're thinking the future and that kind of thing, you know. But for most people, it's just not even close to reality.
Yeah,
Even think
I
about
mean,
that.
but it's cool. But this is the thing I like about CES. Like they announce techie stuff, right? That we're obviously interested in, but stuff that like they're just like, hey, let's just do this. Like, why not? Let's just fucking throw something out there, even if it sounds ridiculous. Let's just make a concept art of it. Let's just just fucking throw some ideas out there. Like, I like that part of it. Even if it never comes into reality, it's just cool.
60 inches around your face.
Wow.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Yeah, that's a headache and a half there for me. No, thank you. Topic number 4. This is probably all you, Rob. Pokemon cards sell for $400,000.
So this is, it went up for auction.
Oh, okay.
This is the first Pokemon this is the base set, first edition base set. So 36 cards in there.
Okay.
$400,000.
So my first question is why?
Why?
Yes. Why is this so expensive?
Well, because you got YouTubers like Logan Paul promoting
Logic,
all these guys, all these YouTube influencers like Pokemon cards now. Now it's a cool thing to collect.
Yep.
So that right there, just like the market now for Pokemon cards has just exploded. So that's why it's so expensive. But even prior to, still, I don't know how much it was prior to all this happening.
Yep.
But I mean, and those base sets were probably like $100-something back in the 90s. So
listen, all I know is we proved our parents wrong when they said these Pokemon cards are not going to be worth shit. Look at us now.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But
2021, and these cards are selling for fucking $360,000, depending on what you have, of course.
Okay. So, well, to be fair, as little kids,
95% of our cards are worth $1. Sure.
No, but I'm saying if your parents were like, okay, like you say they're going to be worth something, all right, I'll buy you this base set. I'll buy this whole thing, but you can't open it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. As a kid, you're just like, I don't care how much these cost 20 years down the line. I just want to play them.
Yeah,
I just want to play with them.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
but
having that
as adults right now, like, I'm sure you buy Pokemon cards, Pokemon packs, and you don't open them because you know that there's a value.
Exactly. So you're not going to reap those benefits
moment.
Until way down the line, because you don't realize until you're an adult, like, oh, this might be a collectible. I should collect this now.
Exactly.
So, it's one of those things where like, dang, like if I only would have hold on to this card, but you're a little kid, you don't know anything.
You don't give a shit. You're just like, I just want to play Pokemon cards. I just want to fucking play this shit and then, collect more. And, now the amount of cards that we bent and we like scratched just because we were playing them, and you know what I mean? Like that, thinking about it now, that shit hurts. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, but I don't know if I trade it for memories I had.
For sure. Yeah.
I had some good memories from playing those cards and stuff like that.
Yeah,
or went to tournaments and stuff. And
yeah. I remember I told you, right? I went to a tournament one time, and this guy, I don't know how I managed to grab all his, like he gave me, I got a stack of his cards. A lot of them were just repeats or like Charmeleon or whatever, but I walked away with like 40 cards.
You just stole
somehow.
Pokemon cards.
I did not steal it though.
You stole
I
them,
swear
bro.
to God.
You stole
I
them.
did not steal his cards. Somehow I got, I don't know. I don't know how. I don't even want to think about how I got it, but I did not steal them. I know we were in there and he was looking at my cards. I was looking at his cards. And somehow I managed to have 40 cards. I don't know if I don't think I stole them. I'm pretty sure I didn't, but it's wild.
It's okay. You can admit that you're a criminal and you steal things. You can admit that. It's okay.
I can't do that on the spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, if you got some old Pokemon cards.
Well, you saw my cards.
I did see your cards. You have some stuff that might be worth money. So I would definitely send that to PSA and have them check it out. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. I like the feeling of having them, even though I'm not using them.
I mean, you don't have to sell them. I'm not saying to sell them. I'm saying just get them rated.
Oh, just see how much they're worth. Okay.
Yeah, just get them rated. That's it. So obviously the ones.
I feel offended though. You know what I mean? Like when you were looking at my cards, I'm like, yeah, that one's pretty good, right? And you're like, it's all right. There's like a little nab here. I'm like, fuck you. What are you talking about? Like this shit looks mint.
I'm just trying to tell you the truth. That's all. I don't want you getting your hopes up that you have this graded, condition card and it's not worth anything because of how badly it's bent.
Have you checked your cards, your binder?
Yeah, I have yet to go.
Because you have way more cards than me, I think.
I don't know. I think we're the same, honestly.
Really?
I think we're the same.
I know you were kind of more into it as I fell off. So.
Yeah, we'll see how much I get or what they're worth, but I don't think they're worth much. I mean,
really?
Yeah, we'll see. Right. So. I'll let you guys know in future episodes how much they ended up being. So
let us know. Topic number 5, Rob. Last topic of the day. Xbox Live pricing. So this broke yesterday, the day before, and it was a whole topic. It was a whole Twitter blew up. One, because Xbox decided to raise their Xbox Live pricing by a ridiculous amount, right? So for 1 month, originally it was $9.99. They only, they bumped it up to $1, so $10.99. No big deal, right? 3 months, $24.99 was the original price. They bumped it up $5 extra, so $29.99. Whatever, right? Here's the kicker. 6 months, original price was $39.99. They bumped that shit to $59.99 for a 6-month subscription. And they removed the 12-month subscription. So you had no choice but to do the 6-month. Otherwise,
so the 12-month subscription was $60.
Right.
So
you're right.
If you want an Xbox Live, you wanted to play online, Xbox Live Gold, you would have to shell out $120 a year, which is absurd just to play online.
Yep. So Twitter blew up, right? Everyone was like, fuck you guys. Like, that's ridiculous. That's insane. And it's funny. Microsoft came after a couple hours later and they just revoked everything. They were like, sorry, just kidding. We're not doing that.
JK.
You guys are definitely pissed. We're sorry. We're not doing that anymore. So that's pretty interesting that they, first of all, good on them to, it's weird. Good on them to actually, kind of call themselves out on it and be like, all right, we hear you guys. We're sorry. We apologize. We're not increasing the prices. If anything, we're actually gonna keep free to play games for free, so you don't have to have any type of online subscription to play these games. So good on them for that. But it's weird that they thought that was a good idea.
So it's not really it depends.
It's all strategy.
It's all strategy. I'm sure they had people telling them this isn't a good idea, but sometimes they're like, no, this is a good idea. We're going to go through it. And if they don't like it, we'll just deal with it. But then what happens is there's this huge backlash, and
Right.
then that happens where people are like, I'm gonna, and you know what, this did not help them against Sony. I'll tell you that right now.
Sony's just like, damn,
It's stupid.
you
you
guys
are stupid.
you stupid for this.
Yeah.
But just to let you know, Game Pass is $15 right now, which includes Xbox Live Pass. So I don't know. It's weird. They definitely did this to, let's just throw that out there, right? They're trying to
Promote Game Pass.
promote Game Pass. So they're trying to kind of push all the people that are still on Xbox Live to just kind of make the jump over to Game Pass.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you?
Game Pass is for a year. It's $15 a month, so it's $180 a year for which is a lot of money for a subscription.
The average gamer, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. But then if you think about with Game Pass what you're getting all those games. You know, for $180 a month, how much is two games? You know, 2 games is $60, and games are getting more expensive, right? They're becoming $70 now. So, I mean, it's really not that bad of a deal.
It's not, but it's just weird that all that happened in just a matter of a day. You know, like they increased their price. A couple hours later, they revoke it, and it was just like weird strategy, weird marketing, whatever it was weird, right? Do you see Game Pass increasing in price, do you think? Like, so they're trying to push people into Game Pass, right? But do you think Game Pass soon or in the future, do you think they're actually going to increase their pricing?
Yeah, 100%. That's, most companies do that, right? As
they get bigger, right?
As they get bigger and the platform starts growing, they start charging more money because they're getting access to more things.
For sure.
Bigger studios, that kind of stuff, bigger games. Obviously, that stuff costs money, and obviously they want to make sure they get a better bottom line on that stuff. But eventually, it's gonna go up in price. But I mean, maybe it won't, but more than likely it will.
I say it's definitely going to. I mean, right now, Game Pass is, again, we talked about this on the first episode. The Game Pass is amazing right now, and they're only getting better, right? They keep announcing games, and every first-party game that they have is going to be released automatically or on the same day on Game Pass. It's like a win-win situation. Like, you should have Game Pass if you're into that atmosphere, you know?
Yeah. No,
but it's just one of those things that was like, all right, well, we'll see what happens, but there's no way you guys are not going to increase Game Pass, even by like a couple bucks, $2 or $3. The amount of games that you get out of it is, I mean, it's a steal right now. It's literally a steal with $15 a year.
$50 a month.
A month, sorry, for a year.
Yeah. So I mean, good on them again, like you said, to change up the pricing, to go back and go back on their word. But you know, I guess do better research next time about it. I mean, what would happen though if no one said anything? You know,
they'll leave it.
It'll
be like, all right, cool. Yeah, everyone's cool with that.
All right, yeah.
Everyone's cool with a fucking 6-month subscription for fucking $60.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, let's do it.
No.
Also, random thought: how are you gonna wash those RGB fucking masks?
So there's a filter.
Or does it have a filter?
It has a
you just
filter
take the
that
filter
you just
out?
pop out, and then you put a new one in.
Okay, that makes
So
sense. Because
it's
there's
not-
some that you just wash, like you just throw it in there. and
Yeah,
wash it,
no,
right?
there's an actual like little filter that you take out in and out. So
All right.
I'd imagine but again, it's not coming out. It's not real, so it doesn't actually matter.
All right. Well, that was it. That's all the topics that we have today. That was a pretty good discussion that we had. Yeah. Next week we will be live, or we'll be doing our podcast on Thursday, right back on schedule, right?
Yep.
And we will see what we have in store for you Thursday.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you guys, and have a good one.
All right. Catch you later.